The World Cup of Darts is over. England are the champions of the world, but somehow everyone's talking about a dartboard, not this one. And honestly, this World Cup, there is so much to unpack. From Luke Littler headbutting a wall, Gary Anderson calling the Blade X the worst board ever, to Martin Schindler throwing it in the bin, and some unreal darts action. This World Cup had a bit of everything, including drama. Thought we'd do something a little bit different today on this video. Rather than showing some darts, practice routines, checkouts, whatever it may be, just gonna have a little chat about darts instead. And I do want to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good. Let's just talk about England for a minute. Because the two Lukes, Luke Humphries and Luke Littler, were sensational, absolutely world class. And I think some of the scary thing about the talk we've had about the two Lukes is that we're taking them a little bit for granted. And I don't even think we've seen the best of them yet. If either of those players averaged 105 a few years ago, we'd talk about it for a few weeks. Now they're doing it all the time and we just expect it. We're expecting it. And guess what? It's pushing our level. We're trying to get to a level that is just unreal. We're scrambling around 45, 50, 60, 70 averages. And then boys are just knocking out 105 like it's easy peasy. They're unbelievable. They went in with the favourite tags. They wore it. They owned it. And guess what? They came out victorious. Well done, Lukes. Well done. They had pressure. They had the expectation. They had the hostile German crowd against them at all times, especially Luke Littler. The favourites tag, it didn't matter. They won. We can't talk about the two Lukes without talking about Littler's reaction. After that game, and he had the big fish, and then they secured the win over Germany, and he headbutted the wall. My word, that was, I don't know where that came from. That was just pure, raw emotion. And we're seeing it a little bit with Luke recently. He's kind of getting to the stage where he's letting everything out on the stage. It just matters so much to him. Now, I don't want to say I loved seeing it, but I love seeing the passion that these players bring when they win a match. Now, headbutting a wall, probably don't advise it. Letting your emotions out and showing how passionate you are, definitely advise that one. I think that reaction showed just how much it meant to him. Last year in the 2025 World Cup, they just didn't gel at all. And this year, with everything that's gone on and how when he spoke after he won the Premier League of Darts, he didn't want to do it anymore. This was another victory and he just shown everybody what he's capable of. And I don't think it was relief from winning the match. I think it was the relief of carrying that expectation on his shoulders and then finally, poof, off it went. And I do think sometimes people forget how much we expect of him. He's an 18-year-old lad thrust into the spotlight because he's so good at his day job. So that's enough about England for now. I want to talk about another player that really caught my eye. I did a video before the World Cup started talking about my three picks, which were England, the Netherlands and Germany. I talked about Martin Schindler being in some great form, and guess what? He did not disappoint. Wow, the wall was on fire. His numbers were ridiculous. 120 average against the Philippines. Get out of town. That's 120. It's not a typo. 120 average. Wow. And for most of the tournament, I thought he was the best player there until the last two matches when England were involved. When England beat Germany and then in the final, Littler was the best player. But up until that moment, Schindler had it. And I think overall across the tournament, because they did play extra games more than England did, I think Schindler took player of the tournament in my eyes. Now, let's get on to the bad. This is hot topic because everyone is talking about it. Had a little storage issue there. As I was saying, it's not how good Schindler was. It's not about England winning the World Cup. It was the dartboard. Everyone's talked about it for such a long time. Pundits and fans alike and players like you and I, but the professionals have never ever come out and said anything about the board until now. Gary Anderson hated it. Martin Schindler hated it. Fans were talking about it. Pundits are talking about it. Social media was awash with clips of bounce outs from all the various tournaments we've had. At some points, the dartboard became a bigger story than the darts itself. I'm not going to stand here and actually say I know that the dartboard was an issue, because I've never played on a Winmau Blade X. However, when you saw that bounce out from Schindler against Germany, that was just on another level. And then Gary Anderson going on a massive rant about it as well. It goes to show that the players are not happy and something's going to have to get done about it. Here's the ugly bit. Not this. We're sticking with the Blade X. It was probably one of the most funny, the most viral moments of the whole tournament. And it didn't even happen on stage. It was Martin Schindler's Instagram, where he took the Blade X box, probably got a Blade X in it too, put it in a wheelie bin and took a picture of it. That, my friends, is viral gold. Whether you agree with him or not, that's commitment. I wonder where you got that idea of putting a dartboard in the bin from. Oh yeah, maybe this guy at some point. Now here's some stats that absolutely blew me mind. We've already touched on Martin Schindler, 120 average against the Philippines. Oof. Do you know what? That's across a whole match, not one leg, a whole match. Scotland's whitewash victory, 8-0 against Norway. Two big fishes. Obviously we've got Luke Littler's, and then please forgive me for the pronunciation on this. Fai Tan from Singapore. I definitely said that wrong. Average checkout in the whole tournament was surprisingly not 101, 110, 66, 99. It was actually 48. Wales's 100% checkout rates, 4 from 4 against Lithuania. From the group stages onwards, France had the lowest team average, 77.8. Well, I can play them. I'm kidding. Definitely couldn't. And I also want to shout out Cameron Menzies. The man got absolutely toasted. Literally, his hand got toasted at the PDC World Darts Championship. He's come back, made his peace with everybody, and he's shown what he's actually made of on that stage. Him and Gary Anderson were very, very, very good throughout the whole tournament, and Menzies played his part brilliantly. Anderson, the eldest statesman, showing him. Menzies, you could see the emotion was there. He just wanted to hug him and kiss him. And you could see Gary Anderson going, no. So here's my final thoughts on the World Cup of Darts 2026. The things I love about the World Cup of Darts is it's different, it's exciting, it's emotional, it's national pride. It's players acting differently than they do on the Pro Tours, the European Tours and the main events. It's fist bumps after a 26. It's fist bumps after a big fish. It's fist bumps after 7 scored. And that's why we get moments like we did with Littler when he nutted the wall, because it's all there. The pride, the emotion, everything. Moments like Gary's rant, moments like Schindler's social media post chucking the dartboard in the bin. People care, and so do I, because I love the World Cup of Darts. So that's my take on the Darts World Cup 2026. What was your moment of the tournament? Who did you back? Will you be rushing out and buying a Blade X? England win it? Was it ever going to be any other result? Get involved in the comments. There's not loads of darts on, so we have to talk about what's there. Until the next one, hope you've enjoyed the review, the good, the bad and the ugly, the World Cup of Darts 2026 by ChopperDartsUK. Until the next time, see you later.